Guys, welcome back to another video in the series on how to be a solo Eve. Today we are moving this tiny little piglet, whose mom we shot ages ago, into a boar pen so that we can have our very own deadly boar in our town, which is kind of a must if you want to get pigs. So we feed it, but we do not go in with this piglet. This piglet will be a killer, and while it is in this pen, it's not the mama boar that we want to be friends with, it's its children. Because the children will be cute little piggies. So, and then we can make more food and we can eat pork and all that stuff. And it's gonna be fantastic. And yes, you've seen that correctly. I've extended our little area over here to now include a boar pen. There we go. You might say, oh, you don't have an area here for the pigs. No, but I could move them over here. Not too worried about that. Do I still have a rope here? Yeah, see, I have a rope, so we're just waiting for the baby piggy to come, and then we can do what we need. Now, to get the baby piggies out, I will make 3 fences here so I can walk like this, but I never want to walk in there, because the boar will just kill me, right? There's the baby piggy. See, it's a nice little pink piggy. It's not even a dark one, so similar to how the other domestic creatures work, we will get what we need from it. Also, I no longer have any cows. I just killed another cow to get some meat. I am doing some cooking in the kitchen, and I want to tell you guys the following. I have a video on how to make advanced pies. I made that video like a year ago already. I do recommend at this point, well, actually, no, not yet at this point, but because we are getting really close to upgrading the oven, we're very close as well to needing those advanced pies. You can't cook advanced pies in the oven that we currently have, sadly, so I'm a little early again, but you know, start watching it if you are as close to advanced pies as I am, if you are close to that oven, and then you will be able to make really good pies really soon. So now this piggy, can I get it out of the rope? Oh no, we gotta wait for it to grow up. That's fine though, we'll just need to wait. I think if I take it before I feed it, then I can just move it as a baby to the other pen. But in this case, I can't, so we'll just wait. What I am going to do, however, and you can see I prepared a lot of raw pies. I still need to cook them. I also made some bread, because I can slice it with the good knife, right? And this was actually meant for the really good pies as well, but I don't have the proper oven for it yet, so I'm a little bit early. I feel myself often doing things and I'm like, wait, this doesn't make sense. I'm like, I'm alive early for this. I still need more technology to actually do this or that. Okay, the piggy is grown up, so Mr. Piggy, I'm just gonna put you over here with the sheep for a moment. I've killed one of the sheep as well, just to get the meat so we have more food variety. And it's something very interesting that we can do with the piggy, by the way, in terms of food for this level. So I will be teaching you guys how to make sausages out of pig in this video. It's not going to be a super long video, I don't think, but it's going to be good for you to know. Okay, so we'll take the piggy out now. It's a baby piggy. You can lift it like this, just put it somewhere else. And then you can just feed it wherever you put it. And then for the pig that we kill, oh, we need salt water. I don't have salt water yet, do I? No, I don't. I feel like I went into this video a little bit too unprepared now, but it's fine. It's fine. We can survive. Also checking for food. Everything is uncooked at this moment, so we're a little hungry. I don't think I've eaten many things from the farm yet though, so let's just go here. Yeah, look, we got these beans that we can eat. We do need to get new green beans then, but my bonus is really high. As you can see, I'm also 84, so this video can't be longer than 40 minutes, because I'd be dead. But I'm living more long lives now, as I notice that there's more things that I need to do. As for what we need to do, we need to get salt water, so I need an empty bucket, and I'm not sure I have an empty bucket close by. I know I've got one in the smithy that I sort of need. I can't just take the one smithy bucket because you need a bucket in the smithy. Might be a good idea to just make some extra buckets, I guess. Okay. Well, we're gonna chop this wood because this wood is sort of too close to the kitchen anyway. We have boards over here, so that's good. And now we just need to saw the rest. We have a good saw there. I'm not sure I want to use that one. I want the bronze saw that we have over here in the sheep pen, apparently. And let's just make some extra buckets. It's never a waste. The thing is, these buckets, it feels like they get eaten, and I often blame Moon, who was our main dev. But in reality, you do use a bucket each time you make a deep well. So if you're like, hey, I feel like some buckets have disappeared from my town, have they really, or have you been using them in the well, or in a stanchion kit in the mine, and things like that? Like, oh, this shears finally broke. That's fine though. We still have the steel shears. And I think I broke another steel, bronze tool before. I'm not sure what it was. Was it the fro? No, the fro still. No, yeah, it was the fro because I'm using the steel fro now. So yeah. Okay, so we need to get some salt water. If you're like, Jesse, where do we find salt water? Simple answer. We need to go to a snow biome. And in the snow biome, if you are lucky, if you notice that there are penguins and seals, you are very likely to find salt water because penguins and seals come from little ice holes. That's where they live. So if you then use the bucket on the ice hole, you get salt water, and the bucket has a big S on it. That's how you visually can tell it apart from regular water. And salt water is needed in making sausages or the sausage casing. It makes sense in a second. Just hold on. And then we're gonna make a little bit of nice food for our kitchen here. Okay, just put the salt water over here. Still have a lot of bowls and other things left that I'm not gonna put in pies anytime soon. Let's also just try and steal this baby pig here. And we're gonna feed that one as well. You know, just making sure that we sustain the ecosystem here. And then I moved the knife away again, didn't I? Yes, I did. So, now, to get some sausages, let us kill the 2 adult pigs that we have. That's one. And you notice, once you kill someone, you run extra slow. And this was sort of done to combat griefers, so that one, griefers can't kill an entire pan too slowly, but also you can visually see who is a griefer. And this was sort of something that came from 1 Hour, 1 Life. We just took it over. So you see that there's these sausage casings. I'm taking those. I'm also taking a little bit of extra meat. You might be like, Jesse, you left a bunch of meat. I know. Don't worry. So these sausage casings, they're pink at this point, and they're called intestines right now. And the intestines, you dump them in salt water, and then they become sausage casings. So we do that again. And now, to fill them up with actual sausages, you do it like this. And this. So basically, pork in a bowl, mix it with a knife, can be a shitty knife, and then just put it in the sausage casings, and you will have a link of sausages, and this is gonna be very yum. So we will be able to eat that. Now, another thing I want to teach you how to make, 2 things actually. We're gonna put pig bones in a crock, and we're also gonna take the turkey bones in a crock. And now what you're gonna do is add regular water, not salt water, to these crocks. And we are going to be cooking those as well. I wanted to cook them somewhere up high, and I forgot. This is sort of like the follow-up to the kitchen video, in case you guys haven't noticed just yet. There's a few tiny little things I want to teach you in terms of food, which I am teaching you right now. And then I also want to show you guys how to make a firewood shelter, a place where you collect your firewood so that you don't have to have loose piles of firewood in your kitchen, but it will look a little bit more orderly. I'm going to put down some of these over here. I know I'm not continuing where I left off. This is fine. Because I think I'm just gonna do like the crock pots that we have over here. These 2. We're just gonna put those on the top somewhere, and yeah, maybe like that. Light a fire. I regret that I don't have the proper oven yet. And you might be like, Jesse, just teach us cement. Stop postponing it. But I'm like, there's so many things I have to do at the same time. And the difference is, of course, when you are in a family, a lot of people will be progressing the town at the same time. And it's going to be so much easier. I'm just going to cook up every single pie here. I made a pie that I didn't make in my first video, which is apple pie. I found an apple tree, picked the apples, and you just put an apple in the pie crust. That's it. You don't even need to mix the apple. But also look how fast this goes. Look. You don't even have to move. And once you do all 12 of them, the adobe oven is done because it can't do more than 12. So then it just automatically turns off. We're turning this one on again. And then we have about 6 things here, and then we can do one more sausage casing thing. I am gonna remove those empty plates for a second because they're gonna get in my way. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so these have been cooked as well. Now, about these sausages, you can pile them on a plate, and you can do this one by one. 1, 2, but stop, don't do that. Put them all on the floor. Just hit them with your plate. Look at this. Done. They're now on a plate, and you have your sausages. When you right click them, you can take the sausages off, and that's 6 yums from 1 plate of sausages. There's also bread on the shelf that we need to cut with the good knife. We have some lovely bread here, as you can tell. And we have a bunch of pies, and we still have the old meat. I'm saving this meat for when we make the fancy pies, and that's also why I have this leavened dough here. You could make bread of it at this point, but I kind of want to make fancy pies with it. And now to make fancy pies, we can't cook them yet. Our oven is not correct. I will say this immediately. So don't make too much leavened dough because, you know, you don't want all your shelves to be full of that. But yeah, to basically continue with your fancy pies, you will need to make a new tool. And I'm going to teach you that tool right now, so you will have it in your kitchen. So what we are cooking here is glue and turkey broth. The one thing you can eat, one thing you can't eat. Guess which one? You can't eat glue, guys. Don't eat glue. Don't do it. And I can see half of you already like snorting glue, like, what? Can't eat this? No, it's not edible. So with glue, you can make several things. We can make paper seed bags, but we want to make a rolling pin. A rolling pin is used to flatten dough and to make pie crusts, and the pie crusts will be for the fancy pies. So we can already start preparing some fancy pies like I did in the video on fancy pies, but I won't be able to cook them because our oven sucks and our oven can't cook these fancy pies yet. So yeah, it's kind of sad, but it is the way it is. Let me think for a second. And I also wanted to show you guys that shelter thing. In what order am I going to show you guys? I'll show you guys how to make the rolling pin first. So you will need 2 mallets, and these can be mallets that you've already used. These don't need to be brand new mallets. These can be mallets that have some use on them. You put them on the floor, you take a ball of glue, that to one of them, and hit it with the other. You basically glue 2 mallets together, and that makes a rolling pin like this. Then you also need a table that's empty. My video. Then you put your pie crust or your leavened dough on it. You hit that once to make a roll bun. This is basically for hamburgers. Do not make this yet. We are not ready for this, okay? You cannot make hamburgers yet. You need cheese for that. We don't have cheese. Ta-da. We will instead make thick pie crust. And technically we're not ready for this either, but we're still preparing it just to make some room on the shelf. So now you see that we take, for example, raw pork. All the meats are valid, by the way, for these pies. But we start with pork, and that is a pork pie. Now we can add an apple to this one, and now it's pork and apple pie. So we're going to put pork and apple pie on there. We're basically going to repeat this process. Hit it twice. Take some pork. And obviously I put all the bowls away, so now I don't have a bowl to put my pork in. There we go. Slice it, and this will be a regular pork. There, I have two different pies over here already. Put that one over there. Hit it twice. So I don't need this water bucket, it's sort of in the way. Stick some beef. Put it in here. That's a steak pie. I would say a beef pie, but it's called steak pie, which makes sense. Let's also grab an onion. There's only 5 pies of these, but they're very easy to remember, I always say. So we start with the next one. That over there. Hit it twice. Add your beef. Just had a regular steak pie. Don't put it in the pie just yet. Take a plate. Put that onion on there that we just gathered. Use the fancy knife on the onion. Add the onion with the beef. And now it's minced beef and onion together, which you put in the pie, and it's this raw steak and onion pie. So that's pie number 4. And then basically we will make pie number 5. And if you say, oh, that's probably mutton meat, you are correct. We take mutton here, mix it, put it in there, and that's it. And you might think, oh, does mutton have a variety? No, it's just mutton. No other pie but mutton. So let's just continue making another mutton pie. So we do have mutton in here. And you might say, isn't it better to just cook the mutton instead of this? Not really. I mean, now the mutton will give us 4 bites, right? And if we eat it raw like this, it gives us 1 bite. So this is sort of better than the ones. The good thing about just cooking beef, like we did with this, is that you can just put it in your pocket, and it's portable meat, right? It's portable, so you don't starve when you're out in the wild. They both got their advantages and disadvantages. Let's make 2 more pies of the pork pies. So we'll do 1 regular pork pie, or 1 with apple. There we go. The apple's gone now. It's in the pie. And then 1 more regular one. And then we will have pies on this shelf instead of just leavened dough. And this is gonna look super cute. And once we can cook this, it's gonna be fantastic food. These pies are better than the other pies for the reason that they only fill 2 pips. You might say that doesn't sound better at all. No, only 2 pips that they fill, but the bonus is insane compared to these pies. So the bonus is much, much better. See the little sausage? So you have 22 bonus. That's not from 1 sausage. I had like a level 19, so there's 3 bonus and then 19 levels from my yum chain. I have a video on yum chaining as well that you can always watch if you're like, I do not understand how yums work. You get basically pips that it fills up every time, and then the yum chain bonus, which is 19 in my case now. Yeah, that will basically decide what your complete bonus is going to be that you add to whatever you have at that moment. Okay, now it's time to teach you guys how to make shelters, because we do have that firewood that is sort of in the way, and we want it to look a little nicer. So let me just get a few branches. Did I take a few branches? Oh, the trees have just regrown. Perfect. Let's make 2 shelters. 1, 2. And I need 2 branches per shelter, so 4 branches will do just fine. I'm kind of gonna put them in the corner of the yellow zone, because I think I'm gonna do a fireplace here, and then it's gonna be perfect. So we'll do those there, and then you see I still have a little bit of wheat here. Only 1. A bit disappointing. Add the wheat. We'll probably do this as well in the upcoming smithy that we do, because the smithy needs shelters as well. So we do that. I don't see extra wheat in this area. Let's check the other yellow biome here. Yeah, there's some wheat. Alright. I haven't even grown any wheat yet. All that wheat that we use in the kitchen, I just picked it from the yellow biomes nearby. You can grow wheat in the farm, by the way, guys. You do not need to go out into the wild once you find that, oh crap, I'm running out of wheat. Where do I go to get wheat? Just go get one wheat and then just regrow it in a farm. Do keep in mind, wheat gets eaten by birds. So you do need to pick it. Like, you can't just leave it out there if you don't have a scarecrow yet. But if you want to make a scarecrow, you are ready for it, because you have that white shirt, right? You made that white shirt with me, and we got pumpkins. You have all the ingredients you need for a scarecrow too. Feel free to just try it. Try and look it up on 2Tech on the website, how to make a scarecrow, and when you put it down, just keep in mind that the area around the scarecrow is like 11 tiles. So if you put it on tile number 6, then surround it with 5 tiles where you can grow wheat. And that's a lot of wheat, honestly. You don't even need that much. Okay, so we got our little balls here with which we make rope, like this. There we go. And that is a firewood shelter, and that is one as well. And now the firewood can go in there. You can do 12 per time, so it's more efficient than just the piles. And people will also know, like, oh yeah, that's where the firewood goes, not anywhere else. So you just put those in there. I might remove this fire pit once we have a proper oven in this place. I will put it down like this. There we go. And look at that, our kitchen's looking way better. Okay, it's not 100% finished yet, but we're getting there, we're getting there. And you guys just learned how to take care of pigs as well. This pig is almost dying, by the way. And there's also something cute that people do with pigs. They put them in their pocket. And I think if you put them in your pocket, they don't die soon. Did I leave my knife behind? Oh no, that piggies might die. My knife, my knife! My kingdom for a knife. There you go. It's my knife. There's another piggy there. Okay, piggy, don't die. Oh, we saved it just in time, just so we can kill it at another time when it's more convenient for us. So if I want to save this piggy, I think I can just put it in my pocket. I think it's gonna live forever if I put it in my pocket. I'm not sure if I can put it in my top basket. I think they die in the head wraps though. I think the apron pocket is one of the best places to put it. Yeah, you can just keep that piggy alive by putting it in the apron like that. I don't know, we can come back and check later if it still lives in the next video. I think it's fine though, I think it will survive in that pocket, so... yeah, something people might do, and you might see people do that, it's super cute. So we have some more pig bones here and sheep bones, they look the same. The pig bones, you can make glue with them. I don't think I need more glue than this at this point for this tutorial series, so I'm not gonna bother with the rest. And we're just gonna put our meat pile over here. So yeah, now we have a good supply of meat, so if we ever want to make more of these fancy pies, we absolutely can. We have meat for it. We can also cook up more sausages. It's not needed at this moment, and hopefully we'll have an upgraded oven really soon. Okay guys, I hope you learned a little something. It was a little bit of everything in this one. You learned how to, you know, raise a pig and get the piggies and make sausages and how to make a shelter. So it's a bit everywhere, all over the place. Also where to get salt water. I hope that was useful for you. And next time we'll probably go work on cement. Yay, looking forward to that, and you can hear the sarcasm in my voice. I will see you guys next time. Take care, and until then.